All right, Norma. On Maneras, we need a interpreter. The one that's just been given to me, Alan Maneras Pettis. Yes,
I don't have a quarrel with your notes or whatever's in the system, but if we know Spedis is okay to proceed without a interpreter.
all right, Norma, cancel the request.
I appreciate your thoroughness and.
No, I mean, I just have it as another. Sure, all right. All right,
No,
let's,
I appreciate that you want to be thorough about it.
yes, all right, let's have him come down. Hello. All right. All right, so you do not need an interpreter, is that correct? Okay. All right, so where are we on this case?
Your Honor, we have turned over all the discovery we have. We did just need a protective order signed for the TPS records. And we did turn those over to defense.
And those were 2 discs, Your Honor. I've got them both now. And I do believe at this point that is all the discovery.
And state, were you able to tender an offer?
We were, Your Honor.
All right, how old are you, sir?
I'm
34. All right, Ms. Ferguson, can you set this for a plea deadline date, the week of January 6th, please? Yes.
If we could have a little more time on that, Your Honor. I don't know how many pages we're looking at in these CPS records. I'd like to be able to go through them and go through them with them as well. And the holidays being upon us as well.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, set it for the week of January 27th. All right, that's your plea deadline date. On that date, you need to let the court know whether or not you're accepting the state's offer.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Thank you. Oh, thank you.
And with that, may I excuse, Your Honor?
Yes. And I'm sorry. It's Vincent Munoz. Vincent Munoz, come down. All right, your attorney is ill. I think there's some kind of flu or bug or something that's going around. Norma, can you recall this for the week of January 6th? All right, so we're going to bring you back on January 7th and your attorney will be here at that time. If there's something else going on, he'll let us know.
Okay,
All right, thank you.
Have a good day.
You too. Luis De Leon?
Morning, Your Honor. How are you this morning?
How's it going? Hello. Okay. Today is plea deadline date?
It is, Judge. We respectfully request just a short reset or a reset to, I think we can reach a plea in the case.
Okay.
I've made a counter to the state's reasonable offer. They want to, I think, run that by their complainant to see if we can't get this thing resolved. I think we're all very hopeful that it will get resolved. We're just not quite there yet.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, if you recall this for the week of January 13th, please.
That's perfect, Judge. That's perfect.
All right, once you sign the reset form, you're excused. Thank you for addressing appropriately for court. That will be your final plea deadline date.
Thank you, Judge, very much. Merry Christmas to you.
Thank
I
you.
don't speak
Merry
here.
Christmas.
Very nice to see
Okay,
you.
have a good one.
Thank you.
Oh, you know who I ran into?
Who's that?
One of our classmates, James Warner.
Oh, where did you see James?
It was at the Mama event.
Okay.
Yes.
I saw Todd Nichols. I don't know if you remember Todd or
Yeah.
not, but he's up in Austin. And so I was in San Marcos, appearing before Judge Tanner Niederhart,
Mhm.
and Todd grabbed me and just said, "Hey, what's up?" And so we talked it up.
We used to do the reunion thing.
Well, let's get together, Judge.
Okay.
I'll talk to you soon.
All right, have a good one.
Have a good day.
You too. Alexander Rodriguez. Hello.
How are you?
All right, green's your color.
I love it now with the red, thank you.
So where's your client?
He's not set today. I just gave you motions.
Oh, okay,
Yeah, we're not set. He's in custody.
okay.
It's just investigative motions. Sorry. Nothing I've shared with you. No, nothing exciting.
Okay, with regards to the recovery of investigative expenses, you'll need to speak with district court admin because we're only allowed to assign on certain type of cases. For example, if it's a capital murder or murder before the case is concluded. So if
Okay.
you want to speak to them about it, you can.
Okay.
All
Thank you,
right.
Judge.
You're welcome.
You guys try that cake Clarissa got?
I'm sorry, what?
Did you get to try the cake Clarissa brought?
Oh, It is awesome. It's not good for
I haven't-
anybody's diet.
I haven't tried it yet.
Yeah, no, it's good. It brought back childhood
Oh,
memories.
good. I don't think calories count at Christmas time though.
Oh, okay.
It was so cute. It's like a work of art. I know. I know. I haven't gotten to taste it yet, but she gave us one too. I'm like, okay, gotta take it home to my family. Thank you.
All right, and they'll give you a copy.
Okay, thank you.
Gisele Sauceda. All right, counsel, you're on this side. So was an offer tendered?
Offer was tendered, Judge. We need some time to take a look at.
All right, how old are you?
34.
All right, the reason why I ask that question always is so I can take in consideration age for plea deadline dates, because sometimes younger people, they need more time to consider consequences of actions.
You've not been through this before.
Yeah. All right, so what we'll do is I'll set it for the end of January for plea deadline date. Is that enough time? Counsel, is that enough time?
I believe so, Judge.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, on Sauceda, if we can set this for a plea deadline date, the week of January 27th, please. All right, so January 28th, you need to let the court know whether or not you've reached an agreement. Thank you for addressing appropriately for court. Once you sign the reset form, you're excused. All right, thank you. Johnny Ruiz,
Morning, Your Honor.
good morning. Hello. So today an offer was to be tendered. Has that been done?
Yes, sir. As Your Honor, it's a serious offer. We would like time to discuss it with him and his family. And we just learned of it today, so we're just asking for time to contemplate it. And
All right, how old are you, sir?
38.
All right. Ms. Ferguson, can you put this for the end of January for a plea deadline date, please?
January.
All right, January 28th is your plea deadline date. You'll need to let the court know whether or not you're accepting the state's offer. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
After that, if no agreement has been reached, your next setting is going to be a jury trial date.
Understood, Your Honor.
All right, once you sign the reset form, you are excused. Thank you for dressing appropriately for court.
Merry Christmas.
Oh, you too. All right, Vicente Bravo. And counsel, is this an application?
It is, Judge. Is that question for deferred?
All right, probation, this is an application for deferred adjudication. Court is calling 2024 CR 4000, State of Texas versus Vicente Bravo. Can I have parties announced for the record?
Andrew Harris Edelman for the state.
Sean Simpson for Mr. Bravo.
And are you Mr. Bravo?
Yes, yes, sir.
Counsel, have you received all discovery? Did you review it with your client?
Yes, Judge, I have.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Bravo, did you review the document entitled Application for Deferred Adjudication with your attorney?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand it?
Yes, Your
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, Judge.
States, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Raro, did you review the document entitled Court Admonishments and Defendants Waivers with your attorney?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand you're charged with evading arrest, detention in a vehicle?
Yes,
That's a
Your Honor.
third-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you have a plea with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes.
Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
According to the plea, state is recommending deferred adjudication. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes.
Defense, is that the plea?
It is, Judge.
State, is that the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Outside the agreement, the state is recommending that your deferred adjudication be for a term of 4 years and that there be 200 hours of community service restitution. Did you understand those were recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes.
Then to the offense as charged, how do you plead? Guilty,
No
not
contest.
guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will defer finding of guilt as you apply for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Judge.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
No, Your Honor.
All right, so why did you do this?
At the time, I did not know why they were arresting me, and I had just gotten out of work. So it was around 1 in the morning. I was tired, and I made the decision of what I did.
But according to the police report, it says that you pulled over, you got out of the vehicle, they were talking to you, and then you resisted arrest and you jumped back in the vehicle and then drove off.
When they first asked me to get out of the vehicle, I had asked what was the reason, and they didn't want to give me a reason. And they asked me again to step out of the vehicle. So again, I asked what was the reason, and they just said it was for their safety. So I was like, okay, I'll step out of the vehicle. Stepped out, and immediately that's when they started trying to put handcuffs on me. I got scared and undid myself, and I asked them, hold on, what's going on? And they didn't want to say anything and tried again. Again, I got scared, didn't know what was going on, and I made a bad decision that night.
How old are you?
I'm 20,
20 what?
23.
Do you have any children?
No, no,
All right, do you live by yourself or with someone?
by myself.
And are you employed?
Yes,
What do you do?
I work in security.
Working security?
Yes.
And this is where you are? So with this, is security still gonna allow you to work security?
I believe so.
Well, do they know about this?
Yes,
All right, and what is happening with the resisting arrest case? Was that ever filed?
The case has been dismissed, Judge.
All right. Court will sentence you to 3 years deferred adjudication. There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person. Regular random UAs. Proof of employment within 30 days. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. Field visits, 1 time per month for 3 months. 200 hours of community service restitution. How far did you go in school?
I did some college. I was doing my associates for automotive engineering.
All right, so what are you planning on doing? Do you want to complete your college degree or?
Yes, I want to complete my college degree, but right now I have too many payments and I just have to focus on working to get rid of all those payments.
Too many payments for what?
My vehicle payments, my home rent, insurance, the court expenses. I also have tickets that I have to pay off.
Okay. All right, 200 hours community service restitution. I'm gonna order defensive driving course. I think his tickets, they'll probably order that as well.
Yeah, Judge.
Yes, Your Honor.
So if he completes that under his traffic ticket issues, the court will take that into consideration.
Thank you, Judge.
Probation, is there anything else he needs?
No, Judge.
Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful?
No.
Off the record for a moment. There is not to be any talking behind the court reporter while we're on the record, please. All right, we can go off the record. In this court to be successful on probation, communication is key. If there's an issue, you need to let your probation officer know. If you feel they're not addressing it, you can come back to the court and address it with me. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, good luck to you. Remain in court and probation will go over conditions with you. And thank you for dressing appropriately for court.
Thank
Have a
you.
good one.
Thank you, Judge. May we
Make better
proceed?
decisions, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, yes. Andres Tamayo. Court is calling 2024 CR 010023B, State of Texas versus Andres Tamayo Jr. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state
Megan Galloway for the state.
defense?
Samuel Laws for Mr. Tamayo.
And are you Mr. Tamayo?
Yes, ma'am.
Right. Counsel, you received all discovery. Did you review that with your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Tamayo, did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, I did, and I would like to address the court so I can just let you know what I'm doing in Texas. I'm from California.
Okay, I mean, does,
I mean, it ain't gonna make a difference.
all right, then maybe your attorney doesn't want to talk about what you're doing here. All right, counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Proceeding on count two, waiting.
Any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, did you review the document entitled Court Admonishments and Defendants Waivers with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand your charge of possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1B, 4 grams to 200 grams? That's a second-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 20 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes,
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
I try not to, but yes.
Well, I mean, it's either you did or you did not. If you want a jury trial, we can set you for jury trial.
No, I just give up the rights,
All right,
right? But I would like to
Everyone-
say something.
yes.
So I would, I came to visit a cousin in July. And I was here only for a month. It took 5 months for me to see a court date. I lost my brother, I lost my cousin that I came to visit while I was in Costa, lost my aunt, lost my sister-in-law too. And I was hoping for probation, you know what I mean? Go to Victory Outcry and get a blueprint and help out the community, give you guys a year and have the community speak for itself, you know what I mean?
All right, well, what I can tell you is this is Texas, not California, and that's not the way things are done here. So my question is,
I also know what's constitutional,
anyone-
not constitutional.
has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
Nah,
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
I just finished doing 10 years.
All right, has anyone promised you anything other than this plea bargain agreement?
No,
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
anywhere I can't complain.
All right, are you a US citizen?
Yes, I am.
According to the plea, state is proceeding on count 2. Punishment is to be assessed at 3 years in the prison. There's a $2,000 fine and there are no applications. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense, is that the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, is that the plea? Then to the offenses charged in count 2, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State, any evidence?
State offers state exhibit number 1 and attachments.
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, you may be excused. Did you review the waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
I signed a paper to get extradited. They said 30, 60, 90 days. Am I gonna get extradited back to California?
You're going to serve your time of in custody in Texas prison, and then they will transfer you.
I thought I was gonna get extradited before that.
All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty and the court will
Right.
find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Oh, hell yeah.
All
I
right.
love Texas. Yeah.
Court will sentence you to 3 years in the prison.
Mhm.
There's a $2,000 fine, time and money to run concurrent. There's to be no contact with Sandra L. Torres.
Why is that?
All right. Counsel, is there anything else with regards to sentencing?
No, Your Honor.
All right, did you review the trial court certification of defendants' rights? And I'm sorry, also no contact with Julian Rodriguez
How do you know that, dude? I met him that day.
and Christy Brown. Good luck with you. You may take him.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. All right, Dennis Johnson. All right, we're here for sentencing.
That's great, Judge.
All right, court is calling 2024 CR 3849, State of Texas versus Dennis Johnson. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state? For the defense?
Cornelius Cox.
And are you Mr. Johnson?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, according to the plea bargain agreement, punishment is to be assessed at a cap of 8 years in the prison. There's a $1,500 fine, and the state is silent on your application, and they're taking in consideration 2024 PF 10121 and JN 241683227. Have both parties had a chance to review the PSI report? State? Defense?
Yes, Your
Any objections? State? No. Defense?
Honor. No, Your Honor.
All right.
So while waiting for trial for the 2 January 29th, 2024 cases, he committed 4 new offenses over 2 more dates. This is where it seems crime sprees work when you are waiting on a plea or on or deferred adjudication. It's important because he has done this before and we see it all the time in Behar County. He knows they will end up offering him a deal where they drop probably all but the least serious, reckless driving. He has already applied for deferred. Last time he was given deferred in 2014, they forgave his 2012, 2013, and one of his 2014 cases, only finding him guilty of the evading arrest case. Then while on deferred, he received 4 new cases, and those were all dismissed so his deferred would get revoked. So in the end, he did 8 crimes for the price of 1. Despite being unsuccessful on probation previously, he is being offered it again? Why?
Anything, the state is silent. Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client, or do you have any witnesses?
No witnesses, Judge. I just wanna highlight, and I know the court has an opportunity to read the PSI. Go to page 7
Mhm.
of the PSI. And on page 7, the question is proposed to Mr. Johnson with reference to why you feel probation would be a sentence that the court should consider in this case. And found his response to be significant in the fact that he tells the officer who's asking questions some of the things that he's doing in school. He's in school. He's in St. Philip's. He's been driving trucks. But what he wants to do is that he's taking marketing too.
Okay.
He wants to.
Not to interrupt counsel, but to interrupt. On page 7, regarding the instant offense, it appears if he has said this, he doesn't understand. I know he understood what the plea bargain agreement was when I asked him and you asked him, because he said he understood it. But based upon what it says under regarding the instant offense, he doesn't understand what the agreement is. Because in it, he says, she already knows we had an agreement for probation, no more than 8 years, and that's not the agreement.
That's true, yes.
So I don't know if you want to talk to him about that in private.
In the agreement, ma'am, I guess something must have been, she must have understood it wrong, or maybe we had a miscommunication.
Okay,
So he saying I went over that with him.
okay, all right, thank you.
All right. So and what happened, Judge, is that he kind of indicates that he feels that him having a probated sentence would instill in him more discipline for the things that he wants to do in his life. He wants to, so he starts out driving trucks. Now he wants to start his own trucking company. But he's going to school and he's engaging in business, marketing. So I think it shows a shift in his thought processes, things that he wants to do, the things that he thinks he can accomplish. So we would ask the court to consider those things. The only thing that's not in the PSI is that since my client was here last time, he had a doctor's appointment and he has he had some like lesion on his neck. He went into the doctor and that lesion was positive for cancer. The doctor scheduled him for January to get it removed. I'm not sure, and he's not sure whether he will have to have chemo after that. But I just want to, I don't think that's included in the PSI. I just wanted for to be aware.
All right, anything from the state? There was no video submitted with this, correct? There was no video submitted with this, correct?
No, there was not a video submitted. There was a body cam available, but we did not submit it during the
Okay,
steps, Your Honor.
and when is his evaluation?
With the doctor, I think.
In January the 27th.
All right, so what are they doing on January 27th?
They're gonna surgically remove it from off of my neck.
Okay. And when will you be released from the hospital?
It'll be that same day.
All right, then we're gonna come back and I'm gonna make my decision on January 30th. All right, Ms.
Thank you.
Ferguson, you're welcome. Ms. Ferguson, if you can recall this for January 30th, please.
He
All right.
always dresses appropriate.
He does. I appreciate that.
This month.
All right, so we'll recall you back on January 30th. All right, who's here on Castaneda?
I have your honor.
Court is calling 2024 CR 011194, State of Texas versus Juan Alejandro Castaneda. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state? Defense?
I'll report it from Mr. Castaneda.
And are you Mr. Castaneda?
Yes,
Did you understand you're charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon? That's a second-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 20 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine. If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you, and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea, punishment is to be assessed at 2 years in the prison. There's a $1,500 fine, no applications, and there's an affirmative finding of a deadly weapon. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense, is that the plea?
Yes, your honor.
State, is that the plea?
It is, Your Honor.
Outside the agreement, there's to be no contact with Galvino Cardenas. Did you understand there's a recommendation from the state and the court does not have to follow that recommendation?
Yes, ma'am.
Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No problem.
Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, your honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
No, I know the court. Want to say this on the record, but if you ever saw the movie Good Will Hunting, it's the situation we're in today. He was overcome with emotion from this gentleman and people were looking. He's bitten off about a year ago. That's what transpired. He knows he did wrong. And your honor, we respectfully request that you follow the agreement.
All right, so you understand, I mean, I read the stipulations and I know that he bit your ear off years ago. You got to let it go as far as you having any more confrontation with him. It's probably best that you not have any interaction with him if you can't move on from that. I know it's something probably hard to move on from, okay? All right, court is going to sentence you to 2 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served. There's an affirmative finding of deadly weapon, $1,500 fine, time and money run concurrent. There's to be no contact with Gavina Cardenas. Is there anything else with regards to sentencing?
No, your honor.
If you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendants' Rights to Appeal with your attorney, did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. All right, who's here on Daniel Martinez?
We are, Judge.
Court is calling 2024 CR 009. I'm sorry, 006950. State versus Daniel Martinez. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state? Defense.
John Kuntz and Megan Enriquez for Mr. Martinez.
And are you Mr. Martinez?
Yes, ma'am. Good morning.
Before I want to kind of, I don't know if you understand kind of what we're trying to do. There's a recommendation on probation on the new case. He also has an MTR on a drug case. We're requesting that obviously that you follow the plea bargain, but we're also requesting evaluations for inpatient rehabs and things like that because he's never had the opportunity. So anyway, just wanted
All
to,
right, well, it'll be set for PSI.
okay. Okay.
Yeah, and then I'll make a decision on the application and I'll make a decision on the motion to revoke when we come back.
Just to let you know, Judge,
Yeah.
it is, I mean, I offered probation.
Okay.
He also has a motion to revoke.
Okay.
It's just, just let you know.
Okay, so I'm trying, because I need to figure out whether or not, because it would make no sense for me to revoke him and then place him on probation.
Correct.
So on this, where you all are agreed, we'll have him evaluated. And then we'll go from there.
Okay.
Right.
Sure.
And actually, let me see something.
We did not do paperwork on the motion to revoke, so there's not like a trial court cert on the motion to revoke. The
All right.
intention was to. and
Let's do
that's what's
this.
Complicated.
Because this will probably make things easier.
Sure.
Ms. Abrams,
Yes, sir.
on Daniel Martinez, do we need another TAP evaluation? All right, so I have your plea paperwork.
Okay.
Let's, instead of taking this plea, let's do the TAP evaluation, see what the TAP evaluation says. And then from the TAP evaluation, I can make a decision on whether I want to continue him or not, or what we want to do with everything, because otherwise
Sure.
it'll be all for naught.
Can we also request a MIC evaluation, Your Honor?
Yes. Okay.
That's what I would.
All right, so this is what we'll do. I have the plea paperwork, yeah, we're off the record. I have the plea paperwork. So I'm gonna order a TAP evaluation and a MIC evaluation on the motion to revoke.
On the one. Judge, can we order it on?
On the DWI?
All right, so then y'all are telling me y'all want me to go forward with this plea and then do the,
That's okay. It's just semantics on my end. I'll figure it out. So TAP evaluation and make evaluation on the MTR.
yes. And then depending on what that says, because I would hate for us to be in a situation where one, there are all of these other classes or other things where there is not funding yet because we're heading into the new year. Felony drug court, if I decide to do that, they're not accepting people till the end of January. So he'd just be sitting around and my hands will be sort of tied because many of the treatments, if that's what I decide to do, they haven't got their funding yet and they won't have it till the new year.
Okay.
All right. So Ms. Abrams, when do you want to bring this back? Of course, it'll be brought back in the new year.
Judge, I would ask at least the second week of January.
All right. So then what we'll do is we'll take up the plea once we all see what the TAP is saying.
Okay.
And we will set that on, we can do it the week of January 13th. Is that good?
Yes, Judge, if we can get it on the 16th, that would be
All right.
best.
So
Perfect.
we'll do January 16th for an updated TAP evaluation and a MIC evaluation. It's really for your best that we do this. Okay. All right. Anything else?
Oh, thank you,
Nothing
Judge. Thank you very
better.
much.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'll be, because I don't think it's.
Okay. See, it's a good thing that we didn't.
Yes. On January 16th, you said?
Yes.
Yes. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hey, Daniel.
Okay,
All right.
on the 16th.
God bless you, Ms. Boyd.
Thank you. God bless you too.
Merry Christmas.
All right. Merry Christmas to you too. All right. What do you have?
Hi, Judge.
Hi.
We had filed a motion on James Ross
Yes.
cases before you,
Okay,
and we'd asked in one scenario to consider a PR bond,
mhm,
or I'm verifying this with cowboy bail bonds. They tell me they'll go back on his bond, but I need to verify that before I can make that part of the request.
okay,
I've talked to state to Jason. He says the Cowboys willing to go back on it. I have no disagreement with my motion, be up to you. And I want to point to the court, most states are aware of this. When he did not come to the last court setting, he notified me that he was going to go to this,
oh, you need to have a seat, sir.
in this medical study.
Mhm.
To get him some money he badly needed to get himself out of the hole. They actually let me know, Mr. Sharma be in this program. I notified the court. So he can't be here, just trying to get this money he needs very, very badly. But he got through, it's all verified, he was in the program, got the
Mhm.
funds. And when he was out of the program, he came back in your court voluntarily and surrendered right in your court.
Mhm.
It's not like he was on the run or anything.
All right, so have you spoken with Cowboy Bail Bond?
I will do that this afternoon and report back to court tomorrow morning if you would like, Your Honor.
Okay, all right, sure.
But it's very rare that a client goes through all this trouble to say, I'm not going to be there. Let me verify this and then come back to your court and just surrender. That's exactly what he did.
Okay. All right, Norma, if you can have Mr. Ross recalled for tomorrow. All right, thank you.
Thank you very much, Your Honor. Appreciate it.
No. Probably not in your best interest to do so. No problem.